Okay, don't panic or anything in here, anybody. And everybody just make sure you got power and all that kind of thing first. And so we're going to make sure everybody's got everything they need. So don't anybody panic. Don't worry. We're not going to start till you're all ready. So I know the fairgrounds team, Sean's working on some power issues here. So just bear with us here a little bit. I want to make sure you've all tested your power, okay? So make sure you've tested at your location. Make sure you got power. And don't worry, if somebody loses power, we'll stop. And Sean from the fairgrounds is right here ringside, so he's not going to go anywhere. We'll get you back up and running. So we'll get our judges up here in front of the stage with the girls, so they're all excited to work with you kids. They're getting lost out here in everything that's happening. Okay, Ralston, do you think we're getting close to ready? Has everybody tested everything? If we can get any of the extra parents or helpers out of the ring, make sure everybody's kind of tested everything. You know, the one thing is you're all going to have a whole lot of fun. Because you know what? The Classic is giving all of you jackets and wind pants. And then after that, you know, the judges got the hard job of picking the top 5, and we got all kinds of goodies for that. But all of you need to keep in mind you're all getting jackets and fitting pants. So, and Bios, I'm sure, champ, Kevin Globius, I don't know where you're hiding. He's got product for everybody too. So lots of things for everyone that's involved in this contest. Again, a huge thank you to Sullivan and H&H, Brad and Sherry, for being our sponsors. You know, a lot of shows are going to Blow and Go anymore. And, you know, the one thing that my girls said when our county fair went to Blow and Go, my oldest daughter said, "Mom, that's like going to the prom in my jeans." So, you know, the Classic's very excited to bring this opportunity here, help educate you on all the different projects and getting everything fit up like you're going to the prom. So if we again can get parents and all our helpers out of the ring, if you think you're ready. Again, check your blower. Ralston's worried we've got power. Oh, everybody turn them on all at once. Let's make sure they're going to work. So just turn your blowers on. Everybody turn a blower on. All right. Are we ready? We're waiting 1 second. Okay. Again, for those of you that were in the ring, you got to meet the judges. And for those boys and girls that were hanging out back, the Classic is extremely honored to have with us here today. We've got Miss Lauren May. Lauren's coming to you from Mineral Point, Wisconsin. Assisting her will be her dad, Bob May. She's going to tell you how to do it, right, Bob? And again, welcome back to the Classic. Mark Core coming to you from Iowa. So, guys, before you get started, let's put our hands together and tell them thanks for being here this afternoon. All right, Ralston, are we ready? All right, judges, you've got the challenge to find 5 teams for us. Go ahead and go, guys.
For those ringside, I'll introduce our teams. We have 18 teams, and they're a mixture of ages. The one kind of qualification for their team is they had to have a junior, 13 or younger. So over here on the south side, for Team 1, we have JC Wolfinger, Abby Stahlbaumer, and Emma Stahlbaumer. Team 2, Kinley Eckhoff, Jamie Janke, and Collins Porter. And then we kind of zigzagged to the center of the ring on Team 3. We have Devin Benish, Ben Clement, and Vienna Sells. And Team 4, kind of here in the center on the north side, we have Karina Smedra, Mahea Jones, and Mesa Jones. And here in the middle, Team 5, Tanner Hansen, Brooke Hansen, and Gracie Clausen. Team 6, rounding out this middle crew, we have Carly Keller, Tatum Carlson, and Kaysen Carlson. Back to the outside of the ring here, we have Team 7, Blake Hansen, Taylor Hansen, and Faith Perry. Team 8, McKenna Renner, Reese Locke, and Tyler Davis. Team 9, Brianna Brown, Luke Cates, and Jalen Wolfinger. Team 10, Brody Weiss, Jace Prinz, and Kiera Bremer. Team 11, Johanna Studer, Jaden Thompson, and Kian Morris. Team 12, Matt Cruz, Remington Blesson, and Mason Blesson. Team 13, AJ Pospischel, Bo Pospischel, and Morgan Clement. Team 14, Isabella Detweiler, Addison Wilson, and Reese Porter. Team 15, we have Josie Wilson, Levi Wilson, and Sage Young. Team 16, we have the Beach Girls, Annalyn, Aaliyah, and Aisley Beach, the trio of sisters. Team 17, we have Logan Barda, Graydon Forbes, and Casey Detlefs. And rounding out our teams, we have Team 18, Spencer Walahoski, Easton Bowes, and Kale Taubenheim. You have 20 minutes remaining. Again, 10 minutes have just passed. You do have 20 minutes remaining. Okay. Okay, just pause a second. We've lost power. Clippers off, combs down. We lost some power here. We're going to get it figured out. You got it back? Check your clippers here again, buddy. There you go. All right, time back in. You guys are right at 10 minutes remaining. 10 minutes remaining. teams, there is 5 minutes remaining. We are going to ask that leave your calves in the chute. Just go ahead and leave your calves in the chute when we say time in. We'll let our judges take another glance and see if they'd like to bring them out. So this is your 5-minute warning, and just go ahead and leave your calves in the chute. Just 2 minutes remaining. Teams, again, just 2 minutes. Go ahead and keep your cattle in the chute. You have 1 minute. Keep your cattle in the chute. And then kind of one by one, our judges are going to have them back out, starting one by one so they can watch them. So keep them in the chute. You have about 45 seconds. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Blowers off, combs down, kind of hands off your cattle here. All right, if our judges are ready, we're going to start here with 1, and we'll have you back out and your heifer here on the profile. We'll have all the other teams step to the back of your chutes. All other teams step to the back of your chutes. As our judges are getting their final looks and analyzing the work of all exhibitors, I want to give a huge shout out to the sponsors of our awards for the top 5. Those thank yous need to go to Brad and Sherry Hurst with H&H Show Supply, Sullivan Show Supply, and each of those here you'll have to be sure to hit up on the north end of our show ring, as well as Mark Seffinga with the box cell blowers going to our top 3rd overall team. He is back in the barns exhibiting cattle, so be sure, juniors and families, to give a huge personal thank you to those 3 vendors and individuals, and let's go ahead and give them a round of applause for all their support in this fitting contest. while our judges are finishing analyzing their kind of final exhibitors, I want to run through, it's been a fun and big afternoon, but there's still a lot of exciting festivities to happen this evening. The Nebraska Hereford Association is having their annual sale here over in the Ag Pavilion area. That sale will start at 7, and those cattle are on display in the south end of the Ag Pavilion. So juniors and families, be sure to go on over and check out those cattle. The Hereford Association has a great futurity program that go and purchase an animal tonight, take it home, show it the rest of the winter and spring, and bring it to our annual show here in the summer. And you'll have an opportunity to win back $1,000 if winning the futurity show. So buy a heifer tonight, go win back some money, and maybe tell your mom and dad you already got $1,000 towards her tonight. We also have some crossbred cattle out there in the South Ag Pavilion that'll sell tomorrow night in the classic Saturday Night Lights sale. So there is 22 steers and heifers that are on display, lots of colored up harried cattle that are ready to go home with you or be shown this weekend even. And those cattle are eligible to be a part of the Classic Scholarship Program. So families that have done that program before, these cattle as well as the cattle bought in the February Classic are eligible for that scholarship program. So lots of opportunities to get involved, take one home, even purchase it tonight or tomorrow, and have another one to show this weekend. We'll give our judges just a few minutes here to discuss and tabulate and finish off analyzing the final few.
If I can have your attention, it'll take me a few minutes to convince these two the right placings. But I think a lot of times, me included in our family, we spend so much time ahead of a competition, and we don't take the time to critique ourselves after a competition. So it'll just be a few minutes here, but I want you as teams to say, what would we do different next time? And it could be the order that you fit in. It could be something you did to the particular animal. It's how you brought the calf out. It's how you had your setup around the chute, whatever it may be. But do that for me. Please do that for us. Spend a few minutes saying, all right, if we were going to do this again tomorrow, what game time, halftime adjustments would we make to be even more competitive? Is that good? All right, we'll see you back in. Oh, the old guy's got something to say.
I want to add a couple things, and you know, when you judge a show like Mark's going to do tomorrow, or I'm going to do, Laura and I are going to do on Sunday, you always want to start with positive comments, okay? And every calf that ever comes in, you can find positive things to say, and I have nothing but positive to say about this whole event and the fact that these folks put it on. There's a couple things I think, and it alludes to what Mark just talked about in terms of when you're done, what, you know, evaluate yourself, what you could have done different. A couple things I saw. And a lot of kids probably don't even know this, but some very good teams in here, you got your chute bars in upside down, okay? That long stem on your chute bar should always be in the peg below, okay? And the long part should be up. Just for what this stuff costs, you know, that's easy to bust one of them off. Then you got to go buy a new chute pipe. That's one thing I saw. When you kids come out to show us your calves, not enough of you offered your calf water, okay? This is just like you're going to the show ring tomorrow when you show under Mark, okay? So I wish a few more of you would have offered your calf water. Another thing, as far as forward thinking, and alluding again to what Mark just talked about, as we went around, it was obvious after one calf come out of the chute that we were pulling these calves out. And so many of you kids were changing your halter while you were trying to show off to us. There was one team in particular down here in the quarter. They had their halter off and show halter when we were way down here. So a little bit of forward thinking. That's really all I got to say about that. And one last thing. And there was one team for sure that did this. in theory, you should do your tail first, okay? When you go in the chute, you should put your head in the chute, put your show halter, take your lead halter off, put your show halter on, back them out, and do the tail first, okay? There's hardly any head of cattle in the world that likes to have their tail done. So if you're going to spend all that time, which you kids did and did a wonderful, marvelous job, they don't like their tail being done, and they usually cross their back legs. So we'd like to see you do that tail first. One last thing I'll say, and I don't know if we're going to wrap this up here, or will we make comments when we're done, Mark or Lauren? Will we make more comments when we're done? Okay, that's all I've got to say then. Lauren, you want to say anything? Okay, Lauren don't want to talk.
So don't forget the mission. Get with each other, critique each other, talk about the good, talk about what you would do if it was halftime and you did it over.
Maybe tell her to. I'm going to run. Our judges are pretty awesome here, and they want to take the time to really visit with these kids and make it a competitive but yet a learning experience. So our judges are going to have a few more final comments and kind of some honorable mentions that they're going to talk about and go through, and then we're going to build up to picking our top 5. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to our judges once again.
Before we get into selecting, I wanted to bring, now they're scared to death, they can't figure out what's going on, but it brought tears to my eyes watching these two coach their teammates non-stop through the whole thing. Like, you'd be great ag teachers. It was phenomenal. And this gal as well, sorry. I remember Lauren had said that, and I didn't catch that one. But I just think I saw a lot of competitive spirit here, but I saw laughter and I saw fun all together as teamwork among all the teams. Even the very, very maybe most competitive teams, there was fun and joy and passion all together. But these three being able to, during a fairly stressful time, be a coach, a mentor, an idol, all of that at the same time. So I would say these are the biggest winners in my mind, and then we'll pick our best fitting teams. Let's give these three gals a round of applause for their influence. Thank you, gals. And she is going to school to be an ag teacher. We are going to get to our top 5, and Lauren and Bob are going to start and go select our 5th place team, and we'll work up to our champion team. So we'll go from 5th to 1st. So follow these two, and they will go find you our top 5.
And our 5th place team goes to Team 18, Spencer Walahoski, Kale Taubenheim, and Easton Bowes. And we are going to have our top 5 teams kind of stay in the ring, and we'll get you your goodies and a picture at the backdrop. And your fourth place fitting team goes to Team 8 of McKenna Renner, Reese Locke, and Tyler Davis. And your third place fitting team goes to Team 10, Brody Weiss, Jace Prinz, and Kira Bremer. The second place fitting team goes to team number 1, JC Wolfinger, Abby Stahlbaumer, and Emma Stahlbaumer. And the champion first place fitting team goes to team number 3, Devin Benish, Ben Clement, and Vienna Sells. Congratulations to all fitting contestants. We are going to ask that all contestants kind of stay in the ring and have some of your parents or crew come in to get your heifer out. All exhibitors are going to be getting fitting pants, a jacket, as well as products sponsored by VitaCharge and H&H Show Supply. So they're all going to go home with product. We're going to get them some new fitting windbreaker and gear, as well as these top 5 teams are each going to get supplies and big awards sponsored by H&H, Sullivan Show Supply, and Mark Seffingo with Box L Blowers. Let's go ahead and give our sponsors one more big round of applause. And we're going to ask some parents and crew to come grab the cattle. And maybe your top 5 teams come up here to the front first, and we'll head to the picture backdrop and get you guys some pictures. We'll just have kind of all of our contestants. You can come to me here in the center of the ring, and we're going to get kind of our top 5 can stay getting their awards. Top 5 keep getting your awards. All other fitting participants kind of come hang out here in the middle. We'll get them to the backdrop so we can really get you all set up with your goods.